In 2027, the dawn of a new epoch would crest with the golden shimmer of the rising sun over the Nile Valley. The ancient lands stirred as never before. Suddenly the Mediterranean and Red Sea bloomed fertile with an abundance of food never before seen. Vast offshore farms and revitalized fisheries fed millions. Factories, industrial parks, and next-generation nuclear power plants surged across the landscape, unleashing an abundance of clean, free electricity that powered the rebirth. Great companies, both domestic and foreign, began to emerge as the skylines of Cairo and Alexandria pushed ever further into the heavens with towers of innovation and ambition. This was the dawn of the rebirth of an ancient civilization. This is the fourth kingdom of the first dynasty of Ankha, Hotep the Great, the first pharaoh in over 2,300 years and perhaps the mightiest Egypt had ever seen. After returning the Abrahamic mysticism to its original form, grounded in the angelic NETJERU of the ancient temples, his gods would power his kingdom onwards toward great might and power. Under the visionary rule of Pharaoh Ankha or Hotep, the empire expanded with unstoppable momentum from the shores of Algeria in the west across the vast heartlands to Sudan in the south. The unified African superpower was rising of antiquity with the technologies of tomorrow. Transformative industries formed the pillars of this new kingdom, each one a monument to the pharaoh's divine mandate and engineering genius. First came the mass production of tiny and mid-sized homes. Across the expanding territories, automated factories churned out modular, affordable, climate-resilient dwellings by the tens of thousands. These homes, energy-positive, earthquake-proof, integrated with solar graphene roofing, housed the growing population while erasing slums overnight. New cities rose in the desert, each neighborhood a harmonious blend of ancient architectural elegance and modern efficiency, fulfilling the pharaoh's promise that every citizen of the realm would dwell in dignity. Nuclear energy became the beating heart of the empire. Nuclear petroleum products revolutionized refining and synthetic fuel production, turning abundant thorium and uranium resources into high-efficiency, low-emission fuels that powered vehicles, aircraft, and heavy industry without the environmental scars of the past. Alongside this, nuclear hydrogen plants electrolyzed water at unprecedented scale using surplus reactor power, creating a clean hydrogen economy that fueled everything from desert transport corridors to international exports. The mass production of thorium reactors itself became a flagship industry. Safe, compact, factory-built units rolled off assembly lines and were deployed across Africa, providing baseload power to remote villages and sprawling megacities alike. Egypt under Ankha Hotep became the world's premier exporter of thorium technology, lighting the continent and beyond. The materials revolution followed. The graphene battery industry exploded as vast mining and manufacturing complexes produced batteries with revolutionary energy density, charging in minutes and lasting decades. These batteries powered electric grids, homes, and devices across the empire, ending energy poverty and enabling a new era of portable, resilient infrastructure. Complementing this was the graphene steel composite industry, where laboratories fused graphene lattices with traditional steel to create metals stronger, lighter, and more corrosion-resistant than anything previously imagined. Bridges, vehicles, and infrastructure built from these composites would stand for centuries, embodying the eternal strength of the new kingdom. This material leap directly fueled the graphene skyscraper industry. In Cairo and Alexandria, and in new capital districts rising along the Nile and Mediterranean coasts, towers clad in graphene-enhanced composites pierced the clouds. These structures were not merely tall, they were intelligent, self-repairing, energy-generating marvels equipped with vertical farms, maglev elevators, and defensive systems. The pharaoh's architects merged neoclassical Egyptian motifs with futuristic lines, creating skylines that honored the pyramids while racing toward the stars. Mobility transformed with equal grandeur. The automotive industry roared to life with massive plants producing electric and hydrogen vehicles featuring graphene batteries and composite frames. Family cars, heavy-duty trucks, and luxury pharaonic transports rolled out in endless streams connecting every corner of the empire. Simultaneously, the maritime shipbuilding industry reclaimed Egypt's ancient seafaring destiny. Gigantic shipyards in Alexandria and new facilities along the Algerian and Sudanese coasts constructed ultra-modern container vessels, hydrogen-powered tankers, and advanced naval fleets using graphene composites. These ships dominated trade routes across the Mediterranean, Red Sea, and Indian Ocean, carrying African prosperity to the world. On land, the new African railroad industry wove the empire together. High-speed maglev and conventional rail lines stretched thousands of kilometers, linking Algiers to Khartoum, coastal ports to inland industrial hubs. Trains powered by thorium-derived electricity and graphene systems moved goods and people at breathtaking speeds, turning the continent's vast distances into advantages rather than obstacles. Trade flourished, cultures intermingled, and the pharaoh's vision of unity became iron reality on steel rails. The heavens themselves answered the call. The electromagnetic satellite and space launch industry lifted Egypt into the space age. Electromagnetic rail launchers along the Red Sea coast and advanced satellite manufacturing complexes produced constellations of communication, navigation, and Earth observation satellites. Reusable rockets and spaceplanes, built with graphene composites and powered by next-generation propulsion, carried payloads and eventually citizens into orbit. The pharaoh's realm established Africa's first permanent space presence, with research stations and manufacturing platforms that promised asteroid mining and solar power satellites in the decades to come. Underpinning all progress stood the massive military-industrial complex. Dedicated arsenals and research cities produced advanced defense systems, thorium-powered naval vessels, graphene-armored vehicles, hypersonic missiles, drone swarms, and electromagnetic defense shields. Yet this was a force of protection and projection, not mere aggression. The military secured trade routes, deterred threats to the empire's sovereignty, and provided humanitarian aid across Africa. The pharaoh's warriors trained in the spirit of the ancient Medjay, blending discipline, technology, and spiritual devotion. As these 12 industries thundered forward in perfect harmony, the kingdom's wealth multiplied. Food security from oceanic and agricultural revolutions eliminated hunger. Free electricity from thorium networks and nuclear hydrogen fueled innovation. Graphene technologies transformed materials science. Transportation networks, automotive, maritime, and rail unified the empire, while space capabilities secured its future among the stars. The military complex guarded this golden age. From the windswept dunes of Algeria to the fertile banks of Sudan, the people looked to Pharaoh Ankha, Hotep the Great, as the living embodiment of divine order, Ma'at restored. He had returned the sacred Netjeru to their rightful place, purifying spiritual practice and channeling that ancient power into tangible human achievement. Temples and research universities stood side by side. Priests and engineers worked together. The gods themselves seemed to smile upon the land as the Nile once more brought life, and the deserts bloomed with industry and hope. This was more than a political or economic renaissance. It was a civilizational resurrection. The Fourth Kingdom stood as a beacon to the world, a place where ancient glory met futuristic mastery, where a single visionary leader had united disparate lands under one crown, one faith, and one unstoppable destiny. The sun that rose in 2027 over the Nile Valley continues its ascent. Factories hum, reactors glow, trains race, ships sail, rockets climb, skyscrapers reach. And under the watchful eye and steady hand of Pharaoh Ankha, Hotep the Great, the empire marches onward toward eternal greatness, proving that the spirit of the ancients, once awakened, knows no bounds. The Fourth Kingdom has dawned, and its light will shine across Africa and the world for millennia to come.